Hey guys, welcome to Mitsubishi. First of all, I'd like to say thank you on your inquiry on the two-wheel drive 2019 Eclipse Cross Exceed. I do apologize if I'm squinting, the sun's in my eyes, but I'm going to push on anyway. So this may not actually be the car you specifically inquired on, but I'm going to walk you through all the features, benefits, and the actual car itself, just to know that you are buying the right vehicle for yourself. Starting off at the front of this car, I will note that the Eclipse Cross Exceed has plenty of features, safety features, and it just looks incredible. So Mitsubishi has actually adapted the dynamic shield in the front of this car, so that is this shape going through the middle here. You will notice it in most of the new Outlanders and Eclipse Crosses and ASXs. It is Mitsubishi's new front end, and it just looks incredible with those beautiful sleek headlights with the daytime running lamps and the projector headlights in there as well. They've got nice big fog lights in this model as well, just to give you that extra visibility in foggy conditions, and your indicators are built in just there above the fog lights as well. We get front parking sensors in the Exceed model, color coded with the white front bumper and the black front grille, and you get features like forward collision mitigation. You get the adaptive cruise control, all built into the radar systems at the front here, and 360 cameras which are located just under the grille there as well. Now the front end of this car does look incredible. It's nice and sporty, nice and sleek. We've got the grille down here just to cut the air, make maximum allow maximum airflow into the radiator, and keep that intercooler and turbo nice and cool while you are driving. Moving along the side of this car, we do have these nice chrome grills and chrome surrounds for all the bumpers that just you will see consistently throughout the vehicle. Just makes it look nice and sleek, nice and sporty. We do have plastic covers just above the wheel arches, because those are the spots that do get the most often scratched from stone chips and from people opening their car doors, whatever damage they may be. So just to keep it nice and simple for you, they have made it plastic, just so that those stone chips don't actually affect the paintwork, and it's a nice cheap replacement if something does happen to this section. Now the black and chrome alloy wheels in this car look stunning, along with the actual curves and the edges on the vehicle. I love what Mitsubishi has done with these wheels, and as you can see guys, it just fits in very nicely with the actual whole look of the vehicle itself. Now we have color-coded side mirrors and door handles in this model as well, with the black plastic under here, and once again there are cameras just under the mirrors to give you that 360 bird's eye view of your car as well, just to help with parking. So these cars are fully packed with features, and the curves, the edges, the aerodynamics of this vehicle are built to maximize fuel consumption, maximize fuel economy, and maximize your safety, and make parking and navigating super easy in these cars as well. Now notice how the mirrors are folded in. That tells me that the car is locked. Pressing this button here, keyless entry, so the mirrors do fold out when the car is unlocked as well. Along the bottom of these cars you get the once again the plastic side skirts with the chrome in it as well. Once again, nice, easy, cheap replacement. Now something you'll notice about the Eclipse Cross, they don't actually have a side skirt that sticks out here. It is on the door. The reason for that is when you're getting out of the car, these side skirts here are the most often scuffed, so not having one minimizes how much space you have between the seat and when you get out. So this part of your car is not going to get scratched. It's nice and easy to hop out of these cars as well without damaging your seat, without damaging the side of the vehicle too. Moving along this side of the car, you will notice that the grooves get deeper along the back of the vehicle. Now once again, as I mentioned before, that is to maximize the aerodynamics and the airflow along the side of this vehicle. Now the back end, it is a bit of a hit and miss. I absolutely love the tail end of this vehicle. Some people don't, but it is absolutely stunning. It's such a unique look with that big red tail light that goes straight through the middle, and your split system, the split rear windshield. Now I can guarantee you that does not minimize your rear view mirror at all. That you get plenty of vision from the top windshield here in your rear view mirror as well. And the brake light going across the whole back of the vehicle just gives everyone around you a very clear indication of when you're braking and turning with the indicators in here. Now, something I love that Mitsubishi's done, they've kept the wiper nice and snug under there just to make it a more subtle. So if you didn't know the wiper was there, you probably wouldn't even notice it, but it's good to know that you can keep your rear windshield nice and clear as well. Now, the opening up the tailgate in this car, nice and easy. You just press the button and lift it straight up, and you get a cargo blind in these models as well. So if you need to hide what's in your boot, just hook the cargo blind up there and nice and secure. No one can see what you've got in there. Now, just lifting up this, you do get your space saver spare under there with your jack and the tools needed to change your tires. And there is a little light in here as well, just to help you at night see what's in your boot. And you got storage on the sides of the seats as well. Closing this back up, nice and easy. There is a handle to help you on the inside, and the tailgate isn't too heavy either, but you get reverse parking sensors in this and a reverse camera just there as well. So as I said before, guys, nice and easy to park these cars. Your fuel filler cap is on the left hand side of this car, so being the safe side, being the curb side. If you run out of fuel on the side of the freeway, you know you can fill up nice and safely. Guys, that's pretty much it. This side is going to mirror exactly like the other side. As you can see, the wheels just look stunning with the curves and the edges on this car. It is built to maximize aerodynamics, and I'm not sure if the camera can see it, but I will show you on the inside. The Exceeds get the big glass roof, so the dual sunroof on the inside as well, so plenty of light inside the vehicle too. What we're going to do now, guys, is open up the bonnet and talk about the engine for a little bit. Alright guys, taking a look at the engine of the Eclipse Cross now. Something you will notice is that it does have that 3-point strut brace straight through the middle of it. So this brace right here, if you're wondering what that is, it's just to hold the chassis together. So the purpose of a strut brace is to actually minimize body roll, maximize the amount of control you have through a corner, and just increase the car's overall stability. The engine itself is a 4-cylinder 1.5 litre turbo petrol engine. Now the turbo in this car is not made for performance, it is made to increase the actual engine compression, give you a good early end torque while maximizing fuel economy. So it is not a performance turbo, but the engine output is 110 kilowatts. You get 250 newton meters of torque, so that's that early end torque I was talking about just before. It is an 8-speed CVT transmission, so a very smooth transmission with 8 preset gears. You're not going to feel the gear changes, and it's going to be a very smooth drive. Now it is a 63 litre fuel tank, and unlike most turbo performance vehicles which need to run on a 95 or above, this car can actually just run on 91 fuel, so good for fuel economy, giving you a combined fuel consumption of about 7.3 litres per 100. And depending on your driving style, you could see an average fuel distance of 863 kilometers for a full tank. Now, a couple of things I forgot to mention when I was behind the car, which I will go through with you now, are some of this car's safety features from behind as well. So it's actually got rear cross traffic alert, which means if you're backing out of a parking space, we all know how daunting it is not knowing who's coming from the side. So it will actually beep at you and warn you if there are cars coming sideways and you need to stop backing out and give them way. If you're backing out onto a road, this helps because it actually tells you if a car's coming too fast for you as well. Now it does have blind spot monitoring as well, so if there are cars in your blind spots or someone's coming on your left or right a little too fast and the car knows you're not going to see them, it will actually give you a little light on your in the car, and a warning light as well if you try to change lanes while that is on. It does have lane departure warning as well, so if you're trying to change lanes without an indicator and it senses that crossing that line, it will beep at you if you're over 65 kilometers an hour. We have forward collision mitigation, so if you're traveling above 65 k's an hour, it will apply the brakes, 20 to 30% of the brakes, and beep, give you an alarm sound if you're going to have a forward collision, which the car does not think you're aware of. It's got multi-round monitoring, so when you're parallel parking, it gives you sensors all the way around the car to help you parallel park. Ultrasonic misacceleration mitigation system, so if you're parked within 4 meters of an object in front of you, whether it's a pole or a wall, it will actually prevent your car from moving forward. If you accidentally hit the accelerator, it will actually prevent the car from moving forward and hitting the object in front of you. We've got adaptive cruise control, so it adapts to the speed of the car in front of you. We have traction control and stability control. As I mentioned, the car does actually correct itself around corners just to minimize body roll, maximize traction. And hill start assist, so if you're parked on a hill, some cars do slide back. This will hold for 3 seconds before allowing the car to slide back, so plenty of time for you to move your foot from the brake to the accelerator. No one really takes 3 seconds between a brake and accelerator, so it does help to minimize rollback for those 3 seconds. It's also got auto dust sensing headlights and auto rain sensing wipers, so it'll sense when it needs its headlights and wipers to turn them on automatically, and auto high beams. So if you're driving with no street lights on, the road's a bit dark and you've got your high beams on and there's a car oncoming, the car won't wait for you to see the other car. If it senses another car's headlights or senses that there is another car coming, it will turn your high beams off until that car passes and then turns it back on. It'll just save blinding the other person and minimize the amount of distraction in their view, field of view as well. So it's plenty of safety features in this car. I'll walk you through the inside of this vehicle now. Guys, here we are inside this Eclipse Cross Exceed. Now you will notice that the lighting in this car is probably very good at the moment, and towards the end of the video I'll get the camera to pan up and I'll show you exactly why. Starting on the driver's side of this door, we've got our power mirror controls, including a button that lets you fold in the mirrors. So if you're parking at a shopping center, and we all know how annoying it is when someone can't park properly and swipes the side mirror, you can just fold that in to prevent that happening. We've got this piano black trimming just on the door here around the door handle, which just makes it look very nice, and ties in with the sharp edges that Mitsubishi has gone with the design of this vehicle. On the driver's side door, we have 4 automatic windows, so they are all automatic up and down, and just above that the door lock and unlock and the window lock. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, we've got forward collision mitigation button, lane departure warning button, traction control, the brightness control for the cluster, and I will demonstrate this very quickly. There is actually a heads up display that pops up just there when you press the HUD button. So it's a little piece of glass that pops up. The camera won't pick up what I'm seeing from my angle, but it does show you your speedometer, and then the button next to it just allows you to change the height of that glass as well. So if you're a little shorter than me, you can move it up. If you're taller than me, you can move it down. And then pressing that button again just folds it back up. The benefit of a heads-up display is that you never have to take your eyes off the road. It's right up there for you rather than having to look back down at the cluster. Now the gauges themselves, they are very nice. They've got the red needles with the white text, and in the middle screen you've got your digital display with all the warnings on it. So your lane departure warnings and everything will pop up in that as well. On the mirrors themselves, they've got the blind spot monitoring warning, but there is a green light on the actual on the cluster in the middle there, just to tell you that your blind spot monitors are active. Just behind the steering wheel, we've got our automatic headlights on the right hand side, as well as our indicators, and then on the left hand side we have our automatic wipers and washers. Behind the steering wheel as well, we've got our paddle shifters, so if you do need to switch through your gears manually, you can flick through them with the paddle shifters back here. They are mounted behind the steering wheel, not to the steering wheel, so you can actually use them at multiple angles, and they're very, very large, so plenty of access to them while you're turning the wheel as well. On the actual steering wheel, on the right hand side, we've got all our cruise control settings, including the distance setting for your adaptive cruise control, and then on the left hand side, all our media settings and phone settings. Now there is a button on this side as well that looks like a battery. If you press that button, I'll show you on the center screen here. It gives you a 360 view on the left hand side and the front view of your camera there as well. So that's the front bumper there, shows you exactly what's in front of you. You can even see the license plate. That's how good this camera is. So you can see everything in front of you, and you know you're not going to hit anything around you while you're parking. So nice and safe there as well. The actual steering wheel does feel incredible to hold. There are thumb grips and nice grips all the way around it. So no matter how you're driving, what your driving style is, you can hold it here, you can hold it on the sides, you can hold it down here, you can even hold it with one hand down here fairly comfortably. So it is a very well designed steering wheel. Moving on into the center screen here, it is a touch screen with the nice touch buttons on the side. If you go into apps, it does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You've got digital radio, FM, AM radio, your Bluetooth audio, USB, iPod. Then you've got your vehicle information, so your service settings and your service reminders. Then you've got the general car settings, and where you can connect your phone to your Bluetooth and go through your audio settings. You've got vehicle settings, so you can actually change multiple settings in the car, including your keyless operation, security systems, warning sensors, air conditioning settings. So all your actual car settings are there, so your car function settings. Then you've got your day-night settings, so if you want the screen to be a little dimmer and it's your headlights are on, you can change that as well. Then you've got your location services, your screen, and if you just want to clock up there, you can just have a clock up there. So really plenty of options there for you as well. You've got this carbon trimming that goes throughout the Eclipse Cross, just gives it a nice sporty look inside, and that piano black finish just looks stunning. It's nice and shiny for you as well. The rear view mirror is auto dimming, so if someone behind you's got their high beams on, the mirror will actually dim itself and prevent the light from affecting your vision. Just below the air cones, we've got our dual zone climate control, so the passenger can have a different temperature to what you have. All you have to do is change that temperature, and it will just automatically adjust it accordingly. And if you want both people to have the same temperature, so say I want it on 22 and the other one's got it on 20, but they want 22 as well, just press sync and it'll sync them both up to the same temperature. Just below that, we've got an eco mode, so if you want to save a little bit of extra fuel, just press that. It'll limit your revs, limit the amount of torque output, and as I said, save you a little bit of extra fuel. Just next to that, two USB ports and a covered 12-volt socket. There is no cigarette lighter in this car because we don't smoke in cars anymore. And just under that, we've got a little storage space if you want to keep your phone or something. Now, just next to the gear shifter, we've got our heated front seat, so high and low settings. So if you want to be nice and comfortable, if it's a little cold and you don't like sitting on cold leather, you can warm it up just like that. Now this shifter as well is nice and comfortable to hold. There's a button just behind it and a thumb grip on top. So nice comfortable shifter. Just move it down into drive, and if you push it to the left, you can switch to the gears manually as well. It feels nice and sporty, nice and smooth. Just next to that, if you're wondering what this is actually a touchpad for the center display. So if I press home, it'll take me back to the home button, and then you can swipe across with the touchpad, so you never actually have to take your hand away from the armrest, and you don't have to reach all the way over and touch the screen. So It's really nice how Mitsubishi's done that. It makes it nice and easy. If you're a fan of Lexus, you will notice that this interior does look somewhat familiar to you, and that's because Mitsubishi has actually modeled it off a Lexus. That's not something they're ashamed to admit, because Lexus do have incredible designs with their vehicles, and adapting that in this car just makes usability, makes the actual car a lot nicer. So yeah, as I said, touchpad here, and if you want to select something, so if you want to go into FM radio, just push the touchpad down just like you would with a computer's touchpad. And there's some buttons below there as well, so the back button, apps button, audio button, and home button. Just behind that we've got our electric park brakes, so down for off, up for on. You have to have your foot on the brake to be able to use that. And then the auto hold button, so if you're stopped at a traffic light with your seatbelt on, you just press the auto hold button and the car will actually hold itself without you having to hold the brake. Just next to that we've got two cup holders with there's little grommets in here, so they do adjust to whatever size cup you fit in there, so you know that if you get a small cup or a large cup, they're all going to be pretty secure. Now this nice leather wrapped center console just reminds me that the car does have this orange stitching going through it. The Eclipse Cross Exceed has that nice orange stitching through the seats and the center console, and a split system center console as well. So if you want to store some coins or something in here, you can do so very comfortably, and you can mount that at any point through here. The center console itself does have plenty of space in there, and you get that nice felt cover down the bottom as well. And say if you've got a phone sitting in here and you just need cables running through, there are little grooves on the side here just to help you not crush the cables, and there are grooves in the front as well. So yeah, as I said, it's good for not squashing cables when they're coming out of there. Now if the camera pans up really quick, you will notice there is a split sunroof in the middle. The back one is just a shade, so the button just here does automatically control the shade. You just have to push it once, and then the front sunroof, pressing that the button on the left hand side will open it all the way up, and pushing it like that will close it all the way up. Once again, if you push the back of the button up into the roof, it does tilt it up instead of opening it all the way, just to let air flow into the car. And then on the right hand side here, just the sunshade cover, so if you do want to block the sunlight out, you can just close that up, and yeah, that'll close it up. As you can see guys, this car is absolutely decked with features. It's an incredible car. It's a very safe vehicle, nice and comfortable. It feels sporty to drive, and it saves you some fuel as well. The interior of the car is very comfortable. Being the Exceed model, you get the full leather interior. It's not a firm leather, it's actually a very comfortable leather, and plenty of leg space even in the back seat as well. What we're going to do now guys is jump outside and wrap up the video. Alright guys, thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know that was a very long video, but it was to give you as much information as I possibly could on this car. I hope I've covered everything. I hope I've given you enough information to make the correct decision. As you can see guys, very safe car. It is incredible how Mitsubishi has actually engineered this vehicle, and yeah, I hope that has given you plenty of information to work with. Now we do have some options available for you as well in terms of accessorizing it. Obviously you're going to want to protect your car in multiple ways. We've got window tint available, paint protection available. We can fit it out with things like weather shields, bonnet protectors. Just ask us about the accessories and we can work it all into your payments for you. And if you're financing with Mario or Julie, they can work out something in that respect as well. If you're planning on keeping the car for a long period of time as well, it does qualify for a premium mechanical protection plan, which adds 5 years to your new car warranty and covers you on 181 items for 5 years or 200,000 kilometers on the clock. So 5 years on top of the new car warranty, and gives you 10 years of platinum roadside assist as well. So plenty of value there as well if you're planning on keeping it for a long period of time. We can also work that one out into your finance repayments. Mari and Julie are very good at what they do, and I'm sure they would love to discuss these options with you. Now, if you do want to know more about these cars, if you want to come and test drive one, see that it is the right car for you, check it out for yourself, or even get a quote on some finance payments, give us a call on 9907 0555. My name is Josh, and have a great day.